Hi everyone, welcome to Eating Secret. So today we are making some lovely rose petal bath bombs for Valentine's Day, and I'm using Silk Magic oils, Spa Lily and Damask Rose. This is absolutely gorgeous. Lorraine, who owns that company, she's got a lot of gorgeous fragrances, and I haven't even used that many of them yet, but she's got loads of different ones. So we've mixed that into there, and we're just going to pour it into a cat litter tray. Now, those of you who are waiting for the bath bomb press video, the next bath bomb video I do will be from the bath bomb I I've got some rose, a nice big box of rose petals here. So I don't want to work straight from the box, so I'm just going to fill another one of my small buckets. These buckets are 1 kilo buckets. They don't have the handle this time. The last ones I had a handle, but you don't need a handle. So I'll put a link to those in the description box below. As well, I guess I could put a link in the description box to the rose petals. And I got those from buyWholeFoodsOnline.co.uk. £23 for all of those rose petals. That's cheap. That is really cheap. If you want to know the weight, it's a kilo. 1 kilo of rose petals. Probably last a couple of years what I've got in there. Right, so I've got my moulds, which I like to have on the right side of where I'm working. I've got a cupcake tray here. I've got my mixture. I've got my elastic bands. Yeah, I'm still using elastic bands, but only while I'm making bath bombs with these. And I don't know whether to use pink glitter. Silver might be nice for a change, actually. I think the sandy gold and rose petals. Maybe red. I think we'll go red. So there's my red glitter, just in a pepper shaker. I haven't put any Witch Hazel in this yet. So we're just going to spray this with Witch Hazel. Now, I'll put the full recipe for these bath bombs in the description box below, and I'm going to do it in grams this time because people are having a bit of trouble with the cup measurements. I guess all cups are different sizes. I don't think it would make any difference, to be honest. If you use 2 cups of bicarb to 1 citric acid, which is what I do, I don't think it'll make any difference to me writing 500 grams of bicarb to 250 grams of citric acid, and that is the measurement of my cups. They're 250 grams. So they're not a cup like you would get using for cake making, which is popular in America. In the UK we tend to measure everything out on weighing scales, but I don't, not for this recipe. So you need plenty of water. Try not to overdo it, but don't underdo it either. I'm going to put 20 good sprays of Witch Hazel. I'm saying water, but I mean Witch Hazel, but water's fine as well. I'm going to do 20 full sprays from this container here. And then mix your mixture. Now you need to make sure all of your powder is actually mixed with Witch Hazel. So I'm just going round the edge and scraping anything that might have got jammed in the corners. And then we're going to give that another mix. Okay, so we're ready to go. So we're going to sprinkle some red glitter into the bottom of here. Then pop some rose petals in there. Spread them out, just press them down with your thumb. Drop the powder on top. Try not to move the roses. And then just press it down. And that'll hold your rose petals in exactly the right place. Just be careful with it because you don't want to move it, because you'll move your rose petals to the side or split them up. I don't know whether... yeah, I think I will. I'm just going to put red glitter all around the outside so we've got a little border going round like I have done with other bath bombs. Now my SD card broke. Now the SD card I'm using today has just got it's a small SD card, so it'll probably run out while I'm doing this. I'm just putting more glitter so it sits around the outside of the rose petals. And I'll show you the effect that gives you. There you go. So it just puts an outline of red glitter around the outside here. And then you've got your rose petals on the top with the glitter. And then the bottom will just be clean white like that. A few too many in there. Now pressing them down, like if you use anything like sugar sprinkles, pressing them down like that, it pushes them right down into the curve, and when you unmould them you won't lose half of your bath bomb, if that makes any sense. Hope it does. Now it shouldn't take much effort at all to press your bath bomb into the mould, and it's just a case of getting used to what it feels like. overfilling them, underfilling them, too little water, too much water. It's just a case of practice, practice, practice. Twisting it, that gets rid of the excess powder. And when you press them together, you shouldn't have a gap at all here, because that means it's overfilled, and they can end up hard to get out of the mould, but also they can break. I've got lots planned for 2019, so keep watching, everybody. The one product post office shipping is working well, and I found out that with one product, which is one soap or one bath bomb, we can ship overseas for £5.50. Now 2 and 3 products we can ship for £8.50. So if you just want one product, choose the £5.50 post office or Royal Mail shipping. And if you want 2 or 3 products, which is either bath bombs or soaps or a mixture of the two, you can't buy gift boxes or anything like that. It's up to 700 grams, so we can only get 3 products in there. But still, it's proven to be very popular doing that, even though it means I have to go to the post office now. But I'm in town a couple of times a week, so, and it seems like the USA have got all the security sorted out now. I used to send nearly all my parcels through Royal Mail in the old days, and every country seemed to get there in a week, but America, for some reason, I always thought it was security reasons, could take, I mean, I even had one parcel, it was just one, took 3 months to get there. But most of them would take at least a month to get there. But it seems that's all being sorted out now. I feel like I haven't put enough in there. So I'm just going to scrape a little bit more. So I have a core range of products which are always on the website. A lot of the products that you're going to see me make in 2019 might just be one-offs, so they'll only be available on the website while stocks last. So if you see something in a video that you want, now this one, the flowers have moved to the side, and I don't want that. Yeah, if you see something you want in the video, just go and order it on the website. Sometimes products sell out straight away, sometimes they'll sit there for a month. Just depends which one I'm doing and which ones are the most popular. And that keeps me interested because I can make lots of different products instead of just making the same thing over and over and over again. And if you've got any ideas of anything you'd like to see this year, just write them in the comments. If you're too shy to do that, send me an email through the website. And we don't tend to get many attackers on this channel. It has happened in the past, but I don't really get any now. I'm probably inviting them in saying that, but they probably got bored with me because I didn't react. So yeah, don't be shy. And it doesn't smell like what I would call a spa fragrance, this. It's very feminine. Feminine, did I say? Yeah. I think I said feminine. But yeah, it's really, really nice. Well, not at all what I expected. And I'll put a link to Lorraine's business page, the Silk Magic business page, down below. I'm surprised the SD card hasn't run out by now. So the second half of this video will literally just be me unmoulding these. Now, when you're making bath bombs, you shouldn't ever need to respray your mixture because you're going to make a variation that way. Some bombs will be harder than others if you do that. So don't try to, if it starts to feel like it's getting dry, it has dried out, and it's like you cannot sort of save it. You can still put it in the mould, it'll work, but you can't make it more moist to the touch. It's strange, that one. I noticed if I've had the window open, the mixture dries out a lot quicker, and I've tried to respray it and make it moist again. It just doesn't work. And then it seems when you unmould it, it's more liable to breaking. And again, that's probably just because you put more water in, or witch hazel. I'm still coughing, sorry. because I've had these 2 colds and flu. I'm thinking I shouldn't get anything else for a long time. So I'll have a clean 2019, a healthy 2019. So they just move there, so I'm just pushing them back a bit. Okay, so we're just going to unmold these now. I like to use a knife just to prise them apart. There we have a beautiful, perfect bath bomb. It really is a lovely fragrance, this. It's actually quite different to anything I have. Probably the nicest floral that I can think of at the moment. Leaving them in the mould just ensures that they're really smooth and they hold their shape perfectly. I'm just hoping they don't discolour, because it's a fragrance I haven't used before, so I don't know whether it'll discolour. But it hasn't discoloured yet, so that's a plus. It was quite yellow, the fragrance, so there is a possibility that it could discolour, but yellow doesn't always discolour. It's the deeper, darker fragrances like this that will discolour, definitely. But something like this won't discolour. And then the beauty with these, of course, when they fizz and bubble away in your bath, you get a lovely sprinkling of rosebuds over the top of the bath water. And obviously you're going to need to rinse those away after you've had a bath, because if you're using botanicals such as rosebuds, lavender buds, chamomile flowers, marigold, whatever, that you're going to need to clean the bath a little bit better than you would normally. But I tend to find, you know, when you have a bath, there's always like a layer of skin stuck around the bath, and that is what any colour or petals or anything sticks to. That's what it sticks to. So the best thing to do is rinse it away as quick as you can. You might not need to scrub it away, but just a little typical bathroom sponge will get rid of it. I tend to find the worst colours for making a mess of the bath is blue and definitely red. I mean, maybe it is possible to make a red bath bomb that doesn't make a mess. I'm saying that because I don't know 100%. But I've tried to do red bath bombs before and they make too much of a mess, and I just rather not go there, because it's years and years ago now. I think I've told you this story. In the early days I made some bath bombs that were bright blue, and I made them with pigment 124090. 124090. No, that's red, isn't it? 42090. 42090. That was the colour. And he said they were covered in blue. The towels were covered in blue. The bath was blue. The bathrobes were blue. And they did everything they could to try and get this blue off. And it didn't come off, obviously. It didn't come off straight away. It did come off eventually, but oh, that was like my worst nightmare. So I tend to stay away from blue pigments for bath